I'm now going to bring in some windows and doors. I know I mentioned earlier doing the floors, but it occurred to me that before I do the floors, I really want to have the position of the doors so I can use the threshold to help set the outline of the floor. So instead of going the way I would normally do it, which is insert and load family and bring in my windows and doors, I'm going to go to a render farm that Jim's created for us. Sorry, a Revit farm, and it is already opened. It's sitting in the library on your student drive at TAFE. And I'm actually going to just select everything. Might as well just select everything. I'm going to copy to clipboard. I'm going to minimize that. I notice that when I've closed it in the past, it tends to lose the information it's holding in clipboard. I need to go back to modify. You'll notice that the modify, the contextual tab doesn't appear anymore. And I'm just clicking on paste. Just give it a little minute. And I'm just clicking off to the right hand side of the screen, just somewhere random. So if I pop and have a look at that in 3D, you can see all of these items have come in, and I can start to use these to create and generate. Or I could delete the whole thing, and you'll notice that when I go to create windows, that all of those choices, that we've just loaded, louver blade, louver window, VV, are now sitting within our type selector. This is our type selector. Okay, so the very first one that I want to create, I'm going to start in the top left-hand corner. I know that W10 is a louver. Let's double check that. Okay, it's a sliding louver. Right, so for my first window, I need to go into properties. I'm going to choose the sliding VV. I'm going to refer back to my schedule, and it was W10 actually, sorry, that was the louver window, so I'm going to change that. 1800 high by 610 wide. It's not that one. I think it's this one. Edit type, duplicate. Just going to put a little BV at the beginning of it so I know that's the one that I've created for this project. 1800 high by 610 wide. Okay, I can change materials if I want, and the height is 1800 and the width is 610. So I need to change the parameter value as well as the name, but that's the most important. Okay, and then I'm going to place it in. Remember, just hover over the side of the window, the side of the wall that you want the outside to be, which is obviously that side, and the flip arrow will always appear on the outside. So we want the flip arrow out here, so I'm just going to flip it. I'm going to pop back to my assessment and find out the distance from the end of the wall. Alright, so 1610 is the overall width. We want 1190 from the outside face of that wall. So I'm clicking on the blue dot, I'm holding down my left key of the mouse and I'm dragging it till it reaches the face of the wall, not the point, the face of the wall. Once you've created all the type families for the different windows and doors, when you come outside to the 3D view, you'll notice that often the window heights, the head heights, are all various different sizes. So don't worry about adjusting that until the very end. I'm just going to show you on these two though. So what you can do is, you see if you can select that, over here in the properties is our head height. Now we've got a house that is got a top plate of 2740, so we're going to make our head height 2400. I could adjust it in the elevation view. You can see that I could just click and drag, place it on the head and adjust the overall there if I wanted, from the height of the ground of course, not from the bottom of the brickwork. However, a much easier way is to highlight the entire house and use your filter command up here in the contextual tab. I'm just going to check windows. Now it doesn't matter that they're all different sorts of windows, all that matters is that they are windows. So whenever we use that filter, the things that you can change in the properties are the things that are consistent across all of the family types. So head height 2400, and they should all adjust. Now of course you would have all of yours done at once. The doors shouldn't need to be adjusted, they should know to automatically sit on ground level, and then the head height of course has been set by the properties of that door. So we're going to continue, or I'll get you to continue creating the doors and windows and position them, and then the next thing we're going to do is set up the floors in here with hatch patterns for the tiled spaces or the wet areas.